Let's say I'm making this 2-ball, but my route to the pocket there is blocked. So I decide to come off of that 6-ball in order to make the shot. This is what a carom shot looks like. That's a carom. We send an object ball to come off of another object ball and preferably go in the pocket. So there are literally hundreds, if not thousands, of different situations where shots like this will allow you to pot a ball that could not be made otherwise. Some impossible shots. I'm going to show you about 7 or 8 scenarios that are going to expand your horizon. And if you look at these 7 or 8 different shots, especially number 8, you will be able to do things that you've never been able to do before at the table. And what normally would have been a run-ender for you, you'll get to keep shooting. This is one of my favorite shots. What we have here is I'm on the 4-ball, and here's the 8. This pocket is blocked. The 9 is blocking that pocket. That pocket's blocked. The 4 does not go in the side pocket. But if you look at these balls, they're almost creating a little off-ramp for this side pocket, as long as I'm coming from that direction. So what I did was call the side pocket, shot a stop shot here because the 8 is right here in front of the pocket, and the shot looked like this. I called a 4 in the side, come down and just hit those balls, and I'm almost certain to put it in the side pocket. You're not always going to make these things, but just the fact that you know it's there, that you can come up with that, that's a true spirit breaker, and we're out here because the 8 is sitting in front of the pocket. Of all the carom shots that you're going to see today, this is probably the one that I use the most. Here we are. We are on the solid balls. We have a straight in shot on the 1, the 5 doesn't go anywhere. The 6 is in a bad place. It is right on the edge of the pocket where it doesn't go in this side pocket. We can't send it down, so even if I got shape on it here, we couldn't send it down table. I can't play it down this way because I'm going to scratch in this side pocket. So what do? We intend to play the 5 and carom off of the 6. For what purpose? To free up the 6 so that it's makeable and we can run out. So our run out looks like this. We play the 1. We have a little bit of an angle, so we're not going to stop this cold. Now we have an angle on the 5 where we can hit the 6 prior to going in. This is a carom, guys. And watch how I control my cue ball, so I'll have a shot on the newly liberated 6-ball. Now the 6 is in a spot where it's totally makeable. We make our 6, we stun out for the 8 afterwards, and it's a wrap. That shot where the ball is on the edge of the side pocket, once again, is one of my favorites. You ever have this situation where you've got a number of balls on the table, we're the solids here, your opponent is down to 1 ball, and that ball just happens to be in front of the pocket. I'm pretty good at breaking up clusters, but getting to this cluster from either one of these balls is going to be a crazy challenge. If I miss my opportunity to break them up, I'm going to either have to play the world's most beautiful safety or I'm going to lose. What I can do is get rid of this. I do not want them to have a shot that could be made from anywhere in the room. Literally, it could be made from a table next door. We are going to get his ball out of the pocket before we play our safety, and that way we are leaving him less opportunities to make the 8. So we play, instead of playing our 5 ball straight in the pocket, as a lot of people would do, we'll roll it in off of the 8, get the 8 ball to a place that is not as target rich. It's right in the middle of the table, right? Okay, that's target rich, but that's not here. So what will we do from here? And by the way, I don't know where that 8 is going to end up when I do this shot. But now I have an opportunity to do something that is at least going to make it difficult for him to run out. I could play a safety right now just by brushing across these balls and putting my cue ball anywhere along here. That would be a good enough play. to keep most people, from running out from here by making that 8 ball. But let's look at something else we could do. We could make the 1. And if we didn't break up the cluster, because I don't necessarily need to break it up, all I need to do is make sure he's not going to have a highly makeable shot. There's a lot of places he's not going to be able to make a shot, but this is definitely one of them. You better bust out the jump cue, and you better be better if you're going to make that shot. And I have 2 balls here that are a lot more makeable than they were 5 seconds ago. So keep that in mind. You can use a carom defensively, get your opponent's ball from this very highly advantageous location, put it somewhere else, especially if you're continuing to shoot, you can make some other things happen. Let's look at something else. Let's see if he would have made the jump shot. I love a guy shooting a jump shot on the 8 because you know what happens? They scratch a lot. Okay, I would have made it. Don't try that safety on me. This is a very interesting shot that a lot of players don't see it. They don't realize what's going on here. We are playing 9 ball. These balls are not wired for that corner pocket. I could try to play the 2, carom off the 5, and drop it in that pocket. That would be a decent shot. We're going to look at something different though. Let's say we don't have a shot at this pocket at all, okay? Let's do something like that. We don't want to play a combination in this case, and a lot of you are playing combinations in 9 ball when it's just killing your run. But the tangent line on these balls heads straight for this side pocket. If I stand here, I see that the 1 ball, if I make contact on this side of the 1, is pretty much going to travel this way, slightly avoid the 7 or maybe nick the 7 and go in that side pocket. The other thing that's going to happen is our 2 ball is going to come off of these 2 rails and head around either towards this side or this corner. So while I'm doing all of this, I'm playing position on the 2 ball that's going to be coming around the table, but more importantly, I'm going to be in control of the table because the 1 is going in the side pocket. So the shot looks like this. The 1 is in the side, the 2 comes around table. We left ourselves in a position where now the 2 is makeable in that pocket and we're probably going to run out. One of the best uses of a carom shot is large pockets. I don't mean large pockets on the table that came with the table. I mean the pocket is bigger because there's a ball near the pocket. Now I know some of you play these games in some wacky bars in some wacky parts of the world maybe, where you can't come off an opponent's ball. 95% of the time you're going to be playing under rules around the world that as long as you hit your ball first, it's a legal shot. So we played the 1 ball back here. We're playing a bank shot here that might not be a shot that you're a favorite to make, let's just say. I think I'm a favorite to make the bank, but I am really a favorite to make the bank if this 10 ball is nearby, because guess what? I don't have to be that good. If I come off this ball, I'm still gonna make the shot. I can come all net and straight into the pocket. I can hit the rail a little bit, bounce off this ball, and come into the pocket. This is what we call a large pocket. Now, I'm using a bank shot for illustration purposes, but it could just be a long cut shot down table where my cue ball's here, my 1's here, and I'm worried about making the shot. But something else is happening. You gotta pay attention. We're playing 8 ball, right? I also have to get on the 8 ball. So not only am I playing to be coming off of this ball, that's ideal, is to come off of that ball. If I go straight in, bad things have happened. But if I can come off of this ball which we already determined. Rail first over here, I come off this ball, it goes in. Hit the ball over here, anywhere to this side of this ball, it goes in. And another thing happens. The ball gets the hell out of my way so that I can make the 8 ball in this pocket. But even if this was not the situation, this would be a bank shot worth taking because your ability to make this shot has been magnified considerably. Caroms that make the pocket bigger are something you should pay attention to because there's shots you might not take otherwise that you should take because of this ball. So let's see what it looks like if I come off of that 10. Come down table, we actually hit the rail, hit the 10. We weren't going to make it if the 10 wasn't there. Guess what else happened? Yes, it's like magic. That's why they call me Black Magic. So we just roll it in. And it's a wrap. If we did not hit the 10, we may have to play a safety. We might have to do something very creative. But the fact that we're a favorite to bounce off of that ball, not just to make the shot, but we're a favorite to hit that 10 ball, that's going to get it out of our way and we have a shot. Not the easiest shot in the world, certainly not from this angle, but this is a shot that some people call a ticky. I don't call it that because I'm not 6 years old, but it is a carom shot. The way it works is we're going to play the 3 in this pocket. We're going to come off of this rail just about here. We will be driven into the 2 ball, which will go in that direction, hopefully near that pocket, and the 3 will follow the tangent line and into this pocket. Now there's math and all kinds of crap that I could show you to figure out exactly where to hit this ball, where to come off the rail and all of that. You've got to be able to see these things, guys. And you will be able to see it the more you play and the more shots you take, especially bank shots, you'll be able to see exactly what's going on. But in this case, I know that if I drive in here and I come directly at that 2, creating a tangent line that sends the 3 ball to that pocket, a lot of good things are going to happen. So our shot looks like this. Just like that. Let's look at something else. The difference between a carom and a billiard is on a carom shot, I am sending an object ball to come off of another object ball and go in the pocket. Again, hopefully go in the pocket. That's a carom. A billiard, the cue ball does all the work. This is my favorite billiard. I'm going to show you shots like this in part 2 of the carom video, which will be out in a few weeks. Shot looks like this. We're playing 9 ball, so we have to hit the 2 first. The bank is not on here. Watch what we do with the cue ball. See, we don't have to make the 2. Why? Because we're going to come off of those 3 rails and make an early 9. Anytime the 9 ball is sitting in the pocket, I assume I'm going to win if I'm even at the table. So that's the mentality that you have to have with these things. I'm going to show you a bunch more of those in Carom Shots Part 2, again, coming out soon. Give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. We're going to be closing in on 100,000 subscribers very soon, and I want you to be one of them. And if you're not subscribing, you're missing a ton of free content. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon.